Hello everyone, this is Brad Campbell with CIT 336. This is my week 4 teaching presentation. The topic I've chosen is PHP include and header functions. Going to the next page of the PowerPoint, it says the PHP include statement takes all the text, code, and HTML markup in a file and places it into the file that uses the PHP include statement. When you're running the include statement and it produces a warning upon a failure, I just want you to know the file will continue to run. Including files saves each of us a lot of work. This means you can create a standard header, footer, or menu for all of our web pages. Including files is very useful when you want to include the same PHP, HTML, or text on multiple pages of a website. The syntax is the include, and you have inside your apostrophes you have the file name, and then ended with a semicolon. To the next page, we have the include statement example. It says, assume we have a standard footer called footer.php. It looks like this. Then you see the include statement about midway down here in the HTML file where we've included that. It is the actual file name for the footer statement up here. We're going to run that example. As you can see, it has put the footer statement inside of the HTML or the web page. When we actually ran the example, it appeared. Going to the next slide. The second example is a menu where you can use the PHP include statement for a menu. As you can see, it is right here, and it's going to produce the menu in our web page. We're going to run the example, and here it is. Let's put it at the top of this actual web page. Home HTML tutorial, CSS tutorial, JavaScript tutorial, PHP tutorial. Going back to the PowerPoint, go to the next, and we'll have the PHP header function. The header function sends HTTP response headers, nothing more, nothing less. The syntax is the header. Inside of the parentheses, we have the string, which is required. We have the replace, which is optional. Then you have the HTTP response code. The next, we have an example of a header function, and this one's going to be redirecting with the location header. We're actually going to open NetBeans right now, and I'm going to run this for us. Go right here, and I'm going to click Run File, and it actually ran like it was supposed to. The location that we were switching to was bradonline.net, weather, franklin.html, site I did in CIT 230. Going back to the PowerPoint, go to the next slide, the next example. It says, perhaps you'd like to prompt a user to download the file rather than viewing it in the browser. With the help of the content disposition header, it's easy to do, and you can even suggest a file name for the user to use. Below, we actually have the header function that we're going to use, and we're going to go back to NetBeans, and we're going to run this. And I'm going to right-click and hit Run. But it doesn't really pull up a page for us, but what it did do was download a file. And I'm going to go to my Finder, and I'm going to go to Downloads. And as you can see here, here's the new file that it actually downloaded. This is the text file. So we'll go back to the PowerPoint. We'll go to the next example. This one says, example 3, the refresh redirects users like the location header does, but you can add a delay before the user is redirected. For example, the following code would redirect the user to a new page after displaying the current one for 10 seconds. So we're going to go back to NetBeans. As you can see, we have our header function right here, and you'll be redirected in 10 seconds. And I'm going to run this for us. So I'm going to switch to it right here, and I'm going to run the file. And it tells us we'll be redirected in 10 seconds. And it's counting down. And there we go. This is the new page that it was redirecting us to. These are the sources for which I came up with this teaching presentation. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to To reply to my discussion post, feel free to go to these links and study it for yourself. And if you have any questions about that, I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks for the opportunity to teach, and look forward to hearing from the rest of you.